You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Welcome to Truth and Logic, the weekly talk show that uses logic to explain the truth.
And the truth shall set you free.
Here are your hosts, David Cross and DaRon Montgomery.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Talk Zone Radio. This is Truth and Logic with DaRon, David, and Michele. I'm DaRon.
This is David.
This is Michele.
It's 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, and depending on where you're at in the world, family, you can adjust that accordingly. We'd like to thank you for listening and welcome you to our weekly open forum discussion of current events and social issues. Once again, we are live, family, and the phone lines are open. We can be reached at 888-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. And it seems that we've been giving this disclaimer a lot before a lot of our shows. But, so the thoughts and views expressed on Truth and Logic are those of its host and do not necessarily reflect the thoughts and views of Talk Zone Radio, Syndication Networks, LLC, or any of its subsidiaries and or affiliates. Having said that, we can get that out the way. We are talking about the stereotypes of the black woman.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right. Whether fair or unfair, black women are stereotyped a lot in today's society. So why don't we jump into the conversation and whoever, Michele, David.
I'm gonna let Michele start.
Thank
Michele
you.
jump in there. I think Michele would probably have something to say about that, being that she's a black
I
woman.
appreciate the jump off.
Okay.
First and foremost, people, happy
Super Bowl day.
Happy Super Bowl Day.
Super Bowl week.
Happy Black History Month.
Okay.
We jumping this off.
Okay.
For the month.
We
So
definitely jumping it off.
we jumping it off for the month. It's kind of sad that I'm black every day, but we seem to only get 28 days.
Dig that.
Better than
And
the week
I
they used to
definitely have an
give.
opinion on that. That might be a show for this month.
No
Just
problem.
saying.
We're going to add
Better
that
than a
in.
week they used to give. Make
Right.
it a little stride.
So I'll start off by saying that, today I'm going to try my best, to the best of my ability, to represent black women.
No. Well, I mean,
Today.
I think you're doing a good job of it because you're black and you are a woman. So.
Thank you.
And hopefully
And,
not mad at me.
Well, tread
happen.
lightly today.
It could happen.
So, I really would like to talk about this first topic of why black women are so mean and angry. You see how I had to say it with a
With a smile on your face.
with a smile on my face. If you people can see me live, I'm smiling. That's a stereotype. Why are we so mean and angry?
I've never been a black woman. Why don't you tell me?
Yeah. I'm gonna go off of my own personal
Okay.
thing here. A lot of people make the assumption, if they don't know me, that I'm mean and angry. Probably because the way my face is set up.
The way your facial account works, right?
Because I'm not walking around like and smiling that I'm mean or I'm angry or I'm about to like explode at any moment.
Okay.
I'm not mean or angry. If you talk to me, if you say hi, I'll respond. I'm not going to jump down your throat. I'm not going to like pull out a gun or a knife and try to stab you,
right,
or try to stab you with my words. Not all black women are angry or trying to come off that way. In certain aspects, depending on the situation, we may just be having a bad day,
Right.
or just need a moment to ourselves inside our minds to think about, what's going on with us. Sometimes we're not angry, we are disappointed, depending on the situation.
That's interesting. You're disappointed in what?
In what? Oh.
Are we talking about societal things?
Necessary
relationship
society.
issues?
I'm going to say for me and maybe a lot of black women, the disappointment is in our black men. And I'm not taking no shots.
Oh no, go ahead.
But
I'll tell you right now. I don't. Look,
I'm not
rock
taking
the boat.
no shots. You
Rock
want
the
me to
boat.
rock
As a
the
matter of
boat?
fact, go ahead. Don't even rock the boat.
You want me to leave the situation?
Just blow that shit up.
Yeah.
We feel a sense of disappointment because what's being portrayed of us in the media, what's being portrayed of us in today's society, we feel like black men do not have our backs.
Okay.
It's funny you say that.
We are not pretty much being taken care of by our men. And I think that's the reason why in some situations we may come off as angry, mad, the angry black woman, diary of a mad black woman. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's just a sense of disappointment in some of us that we feel like we should be uplifted by our black men. We should be cherished. We should be queens in all black men's eyes.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I keep hearing a lot of black women say queens.
Right.
I look at it personally like this. My wife is my queen. Now, I'm not going to disrespect you.
Right.
But my wife is my queen, just like DaRon wife should be his queen.
As they should be.
So I've heard a black woman say that black men should treat all women like they would treat his wife.
That's an inaccurate statement.
To me, don't make sense, because
I kind of disagree with that. I don't think
if I don't disrespect you, then it shouldn't be a problem. But I can't put you up on that pedestal as a queen, because now I'm putting you on the same pedestal as I put my wife. And if you had a man and he's putting a different woman just because she's black on the same pedestal as you wouldn't like that.
That's true.
Well, I think when they make those kind of references, when they make those kind of statements, I think the general statement that they're trying to make is that they want to be respected,
Right.
and that they want to be appreciated. However, you can't expect me to respect you as a queen or just respect you as a woman, period, when you acting like a thought.
Exactly.
You know,
See,
because they try to rationalize this thing. Like they try to rationalize twerking. A big thing. They tried to equate it to the dances that went on back in Africa, and I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you want to say, if that's the road you want to take with this, the women that you're talking about were fully clothed. You know what I'm saying? At the most, they had on like that. Maybe their midsection was showing,
Right.
but they
Right.
fully clothed. They got the skirt they had on touched the ground.
Right.
You're half naked, and you breaking it down, and you want me to turn around and treat you like a queen, but you're acting like a court jester
Right.
or peasant.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying all women, and I try to differentiate terms. So I'm not saying all women, because there are some girls
Dig that.
Okay.
Females.
that try to portray being a queen or being a woman of respect and class, when in all actuality that's not what they are.
Right.
You can say one thing, but your actions could definitely show a different side of you. But I definitely agree with you, Cross, when you're saying about treating every woman as a queen, but I also do not treating them, as the same as your wife. But I also agree with DaRon as he's saying how we use it as a term of upliftment,
Right. That's fair.
self-confidence, and things of that nature. So for me, I'm just going to put this out there. You may see me. I may have this look on my face. If I look like I'm mean, I'm not mean. Maybe if you talk to me, maybe if you say hi.
But you know what? That's interesting, because when I first met you, I took you as quiet. I
That's
never
what I
took,
took-
I
I
never,
took
I
you as
never
quiet.
took you as mean. But
Yeah.
maybe that's just me, because a lot of people tell me that I look mean, and I be like, look, I'm not gonna walk around with this smile on my face all day.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
I mean, sometimes it's nice to do that, but then have you ever, and I have you ever seen somebody walking down the street and they just smiling, cheesing hard?
Yeah, I don't trust people like that.
They
If every time I see you, you smiling, and every word that come out of your mouth, you're smiling with it, I don't trust you.
The only thing that I can say for that is like, okay, you thought of something funny. You
You
saw
hustling
something
me.
and you reminisced about a moment.
You looked at me and you thought I was looking funny.
You reminisced about a moment. You looked at your phone, somebody sent you something funny,
Right.
or you're talking to someone and they make you laugh. However, you can be happy. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with that. But walking down the street just with a smile, just cheesing, you look crazy. In
look
my
bad.
opinion, you look crazy. I think sometimes men say that we are mean because they've been rejected
Well, you know what?
in a situation when a man is trying to talk to a woman. And if the woman says, no, thank you, and then you continue, and then it's like to the point, okay, didn't I just say no, thank you? Now we're going to have to go into another level because you're obviously not understanding
Right.
So you talking about boys now?
what I'm
you
putting
talk
down.
About the
Correct.
boys
Thank
now.
you. Thank you for correcting
But-
me. Boys, not men.
And see, I think we touched on this weekend when we did the wrap up
That
for
is
the
correct.
other show. But see, here's
Make
the
sure
problem.
y'all watch the wrap up.
That y'all definitely got to watch the wrap up, because the wrap up is truth and logic on steroids. But I mean,
No disclaimers on that one.
Men cannot accept rejection now because they don't talk to y'all. They'll text the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
They'll Facebook the hell out of you.
Right.
But when it comes to talking to you face to face, they got nothing to say.
Right.
And so
Is that hiding behind
right,
an invisible shield?
They
type of
computer
situation?
gangsters. I mean, smartphone
Twitter
gangsters,
fingers.
Twitter fingers, and I mean they talk real slick.
Right.
Behind a keyboard, whether it be on a computer or their phone. But face to face, they have nothing to say. So that rejection angle is real hard for them.
They
Right.
get them fast thumbs.
Right. Right. I mean, you got cats that can text faster than some motherfuckers. Then they type, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, but I mean, when you're dealing with the stereotypes and you bring it all back, all it is an unfair belief that all people or things, capitulate to a certain thing, and that's not right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because to say that all black women are angry and mad would be the same as saying that it's no different than what Caucasians do when they see black guys and they say, well, they're all gangbangers or thugs or drug dealers or whatever.
Right.
We do the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We do the same thing to each other. Like, well, all black women, they all got attitudes, and man, but that's not necessarily a true statement. So then you begin to put all of them under this umbrella,
Right.
and it messes with with the way that you may perceive or deal with all women, and that's not fair.
Right. See, Love and Hip Hop is just a TV
Oh
show,
my
people.
God! I swear to God.
It's a reality TV show. It's not reality, but with those types of shows and Atlanta Housewives and blah blah blah. I could say I watch it because I'd rather watch the ratchetry than participate in it in my real life.
Did we
ask you-
did we just make up a Don King award?
That is right, ratchetry.
let me ask you this: do you think Hollywood clown black women?
Yes.
Because the
on,
only
Yeah.
I was thinking about this last night. The only black woman that they really show on TV that's not loud, obnoxious, just speak, want to fight.
Stacey Dash. That's a whole nother show. We might do a whole.
I was gonna say Claire Huxtable.
Yes.
That's the only one. That's the only black woman that they show on TV that has some type of decorum with herself.
That's true.
Other than that, you got the look at what's that show, Girlfriends. Oh, people love that show.
I
You
did
had
like Girlfriends.
You had the one that want to sleep with everybody. You had the two dark skinned women, and dark skinned women. I think when it comes to TV, I don't know what it is, because if you look at more and more dark, the darker the woman, the more ratchet they want them to be.
Which is horrible.
You said what?
Which is horrible.
That's a real interesting point that you bring up.
Because light-skinned women, they at least show them with some type of class, some type of decorum about themselves, some type of standards.
Right.
The dark-skinned women, is like, okay, oh, you real dark? Shit, just go out there and act the ass. Just go out there, fight, but when you look at social media, when you look at most of the ratchetness that's going on, most of the fights that's going on, it's the darker the woman.
Those are the ones they putting on social media. We're gonna wrap up this first segment and tell you all that we got something special for y'all coming out of the commercial break, so stay tuned.
Right.
Shout out to my cousin Andre. I know he's listening right now.
Shout out, Andre.
Give us the truth. That's what we need.
Truth and Logic.
Truth.
Back to your hosts, David Cross and DaRon Montgomery.
It's your family. We coming back at you with the truth and nothing but the truth. You know, it was once said by Gil Scott-Heron that the revolution will not be televised, but you know what? It's damn sure gonna be talked about. The question is, what do you have to say about it? We can be reached at 888-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. Now, I told you before we went into the break that we had something special for you. We're going to be blessed today by the poetess, by our very own Michele, a.k.a. Complicated Simplicity. Give us what you got, baby.
Thank you. I felt the need to spit a little piece here today, so we going to go into a poetic mood. And thank you. Finger snaps. I did not title this, but hopefully, you know, my black women can feel it. My black men can feel it. And anybody listening can kind of go in a little bit. I am a queen. That means I am more than what you make of me. Dark skin? No. Brown skin? No. Light skin? No. Melanin? Yes. Placed upon my crown, being a trophy in my own right, a force to be reckoned with, loving myself so much, wondering why you make me and you mock me. Though I was made to be strong and tough, while they say we are too much, with an underbreath of words whispering we are not enough. When the truth of this logic is we are all you need, saying this till my face is blue, till my fingers bleed. I am not angry, just maybe disappointed because I love you to the points of you hating me. But upon the hate becomes my resiliency. Never mean, just seeking more from my kings to be queen, forever reigning supreme.
Boy, that girl got talent.
Thank you.
That girl got talent. If y'all out there looking at the video or just listening, stand up and applaud. That girl is bad.
Thank you. I
All
appreciate it.
Maybe not even want to talk about my stereotypes.
Nah, you can talk about yours.
Definitely. We definitely want to hear from you.
Please.
I know some people that want to hear from you.
Yes, let's listen to what you got to say.
Man, what I want to do is talk about, we going to title them, the women that wear the hair hats.
Oh, you got a thing about weave?
You got an issue?
I was about to go into what a hair hat is. A hair hat is a woman that pins up her hair and then put this hat on that's made of hair. Now, I've had two women explain to me why they wear weave. One sitting next to me, and you have another woman that works with me. And they pretty much said, okay, I'm just being lazy. I don't feel like doing my hair. I could deal with that.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to thread lightly.
Man, nah. I told you, man, we in the business of blowing boats up. Let's go.
My thing is this. I saw something maybe 2 weeks ago where it was black women saying the reason they wear weave is because they trying to get their hair or trying to look like white women because white women is the standard of beauty.
You heard someone say this.
That was legitimate?
Legitimate.
You heard this come out of someone's mouth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
And I don't get the whole weave
phenomenon.
Exactly. Because I think a black woman is beautiful with her natural hair. I don't see the purpose of weave. And now there's become more and more documented cases of where weave is actually, messing up the skin or messing up the hair, causing cancer.
I don't know about the cancer.
Everything
thing,
give you
but
cancer, so it don't matter.
breathing gives you cancer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
At
that's
this
true.
very moment,
Right.
you know.
So I don't know. And what I can't stand now, I'm a firm believer. If you make the money, do what you want to do with your money. That's fine. But damn, if you on public assistance, you should not have weave.
So you don't want people on public assistance to have shit. Huh? Because,
Nothing. He wants them to have nothing.
He say they shouldn't have cell phones. They shouldn't have weave.
No, just nothing.
You damn near shouldn't be breathing. You know.
Just why are you here?
According to David.
Just why are you here?
Okay, so anybody that
Wow.
knows me knows that having hair is not an issue. All right, now I say that joking. All right, so but I haven't heard the whole standard of beauty thing, but I have had.
I meant
women,
you know what? I meant to send it to you all too.
I have had women tell me that. I mean, they real honest. I've had women say, "I just don't feel like combing my damn hair."
Right.
You know, but see, I mean, and like you say, yeah, it's pulling their hair out because here's the thing. I mean, underneath there, your hair is braided up, and how many people are actually oiling their scalp and doing what they supposed to do to make the hair healthy?
Man,
I know a lot of women. You take that weave out their head and they damn near dread it up under there. You know what I'm saying?
I was driving down the street over the summer. It was me and my wife. We was behind this car, and I can't stand when you sit up here seeing a female just smacking the hell out their head. And I swear,
it itches.
I understand. She was smacking her head so hard from maybe about a mile
Like
radius.
this?
A mile radius. I swear, I was like, man, I got to get from behind her. She about to get a football injury. She
my God.
She about to get a concussion.
It's like we say, starring
Concussion.
Will Smith and
Will Smith.
and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Right.
Concussion 2. Coming.
Man. But she
Ignorant.
I ain't gonna lie. The first time I ever seen a female smacking her head like that, I thought she was halfway retarded.
You was probably on Stony. Thought she was going to Jackson Park.
I was on. Why you playing? I was on 95th and Stony, and I just seen her smacking her head. I thought she was retarded. I was
Right.
like, "Where's she going?"
But you know what? I'm gonna go back to junior high school.
Dig
for
that.
me.
Okay. My memory don't go back that far. Go ahead.
Sorry. I remember I've always had a diverse group of friends. I never, just had my black friends. I've always had a diverse group of
Well,
friends.
you from the melting pot, baby.
And yeah, NYC stand up. So one of my friends, Hispanic girl, almost white, she one day we're in class and something was going on. She's like, "Oh, my hair, blah blah blah." She took a clip out of her hair. And that is the misconception that all black women wear
Exactly.
weaves. This
And
is a
I was
lie. A
actually
lot of
going-
white women and Hispanic women
Right.
have worn clips in their hair,
Yeah.
but you don't know it.
Yeah, and
But
you know
with
what?
us, it's just like, oh, girl, that's
And I was gonna bring that up
Weave.
too because when
they've
I
been
was
doing
looking
it for a
this
minute
up,
now.
I mean, when you have Hispanic women, Caucasian women, a lot of them wear weave to fill their hair out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't know that because you don't assume that that's what they doing because you just assume that naturally that's their hair.
Right. And they don't get stereotyped
but I mean,
for
you
that.
gotta think about
where's the black weave at to make your hair look like?
I mean, but you know what?
Good
But see,
question.
That's a good question. But see, here's the thing. It's gone through stages. Like when women first started wearing weave, that I can recall.
1950s. I did research.
But I'm talking about when it
became popular.
When it got real popular for the women.
1950s.
I was like, I remember when we was in high school. If you knew somebody that had weave in their hair, oh my God, you dogged them.
Yeah.
You
Really?
dog. We got at them, but you got to remember, babe, I'm like 14 years older than you. You know what I'm saying? So
Sorry, you had to put that out there.
Did he say 14 or 40?
see,
Ooh.
there you go. Don't see when I get them, I'm gonna get them.
He trying to treat you.
Yeah, I know.
Let's be nice to each other on this Black History Month.
But look, we used to dog them like, man, and now it's so acceptable. It's almost expected. Like I know
Right.
now. I caught myself with this one young lady, and I was like, "That's your hair?" And she was like, "Yeah, this all me." And I was shocked. Because normally when you see a woman with long flowing hair, you just assume that you went and sat up somewhere for 4 hours.
And some women, you be like, "That's yours," and they be like, "Yeah, I paid for it, so it is mine."
Right.
So,
I remember back in the day when they used to get weed from horses. They used to always say it's bald head horse in Grant Park. Now you're using what? Real women hair.
Yeah.
Well, now they got
Brazilian,
women.
Indian.
They got women overseas that are growing their hair and cutting it to sell it to you.
Me and my brother said we was gonna look for fights and just start picking a weave off the ground and reselling it.
The struggle is real. Just watch it out. Just watch it out. The struggle's real.
The crazy thing about this is why, as women, we are not investing in this ourselves and not getting it from Koreans or other people. If we like weave that much and we want to look good, I'm talking about the women that want to look good and keep their hair up and don't want to do their hair but want to have it maintenance and stuff like that. Why aren't we trying to invest in Black-owned situations where we can do this ourselves instead of going somewhere else?
Because we don't want to pay for it.
Because we don't want to pay for it.
We don't want to pay for it.
And what's up with all the different types of color yarn in their head? Like
now that
this is ridiculous.
Yeah, look at that picture.
Now that ain't some hood shit.
Now personally, you ain't never gonna catch me like that unless it's Halloween, and then I probably won't even do it for Halloween. So,
well, I hope if it's Halloween, you just throw a wig on.
Everybody has their personal preferences.
Yeah, but I'm not really understanding. Like,
me.
And then you got the same woman who will complain and say it was racial profiling that she didn't get a job. The fact that you walked in here with the Skittles hairdo ain't got nothing to do with it, I guess.
Ooh,
and then, here's a couple stereotypes that a lot of Black women, before we go to this commercial break, has embraced.
Let's see.
All Black women are beautiful. All Black women have big behinds. All Black women are have thick lips.
And those are some stereotypes that are definitely not true.
Because I've seen some that look like I've seen Black women that look like I played football with them.
I mean, basically, you got you got ugly across the board.
Exactly.
Black, Caucasian, whatever. You got Black women who lips look like bologna, and you got Black women who, when they was passing out ass, got out of line. So
wow.
And like the best bodies, I've seen a lot of them with shitty shapes.
It's so crazy to me actually that you're bringing that up, Cross, because for us to be so stereotyped, we are popular as hell. They want to be us, but they don't want to be us. You want to be Black until it's time to be Black.
Well, you could look at it the other way too now, because white women could say y'all trying to be white, getting hair like them.
This is true.
So we can look at it both ways, but let's go and pay some bills.
Dum, dum, dum. And we out of here.
Right.
You're listening to Truth and Logic on TalkZone.com.
The truth hurts.
And we're coming back at you, family. And the truth, sometimes it hurts, sometimes it might feel good, but one thing it's going to do is going to make you feel a little uncomfortable, and that's what we do. That's where we come in and play at. So we coming right back at you, 188-GO-FOR-IT. That's 888-463-6748. We're going to do things a little different. I know normally you guys are probably sitting back waiting on this controversy corner, and don't worry, it's coming. But and the edutainment section, I mean, the whole show is really education, so don't get hung up on that either. So back to the stereotypes. I mean, stereotypes are going to be, they can be to the negative and the positive.
Right.
Sure.
But the thing is that when people hear the word stereotype, they automatically go to the negative.
Right.
Like, oh, well, if you're talking stereotypes and Black women, you got to be talking about, no, get off that. Because some of the stereotypes are given to you and not really well deserved. Like you have the all women are on welfare. That's not a true statement. But then you also have the ones that say, well, all Black women are strong and go getters, and negative. Negative. I know some Black women who are useless.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Useless. I mean, because to be honest with you, I had a very, until I met my wife, and subsequently after having a daughter, I changed my viewpoint of women. But growing up, I had a very negative picture of who women were outside of my mother and the women in my family, and even a couple of the women in my family. I looked at them sideways, like what the, But I mean, because again, you look at when you grew up, how you grew up, and what was going on. So when I was young, that's when all these women anthems and shit started coming about, right? And you had Janet Jackson asking, "What have you done for me lately?" And then you had I forgot the lady's name who had the "Ain't nothing going on but the rent."
Hey, you got to have a J-O-B.
Okay, see, there she go, right there, right. But see, the females, women, lost track of what those songs was talking about.
Yeah,
like Janet Jackson wasn't talking about, are you gonna take care of me? Basically, the premise of that song was the things you did to get me, you ain't doing them no more. So what right. you doing? And the whole ain't nothing going on but the rent. She was like, look, I'm strong, I'm independent, I do my own thing. So what are you doing?
To contribute to
this, right? But the women, they flipped it and was like, well, you talking to them like, hey, how you doing? They be like, job, nigga. That's what's going on, job.
Right.
And you like, hey, my thing is not what can I do for you, because
right.
see, as a black man, I know what I can do for you. The question is, what can we do for each other?
Right. And you're saying how those songs were, turned around and misinterpreted. Hey, going into my generation, 14 years later, no, it's like Destiny's Child, independent. Oh my lady,
bills. Can you pay my bills? Oh, and they just came straight out and said it. You don't pay my bills.
Right.
I'm not paying bills nowhere. I'm not paying bills nowhere that I don't lay my head. How about that?
You know what? I was gonna wait for this controversy corner, but it's something about when you got entertained.
Are we getting ready to do that?
Man, hey, I say let's drop the beat right about
they
now.
Say they want truth and logic, baby. Let's give it to them.
I forgot my glasses today, but it don't matter. I can go in at any time. Now we talking about the ratchetness. Like you said, the women back in the day had a point on why they said this. You can't bring nothing to the table. If you're not bringing nothing to the table and I don't need you. Now you got these welfare queens that want you to bring something to the table, but all they got is a link card. All they got is other people's kids. Like one of the stereotypes about black women, and I know y'all probably heard this, if you see a black woman with multiple kids, chances are she got multiple baby daddies, which is sad. Which is sad, because I mean, let's call it what it is, and it's not all women. Please, all women, don't take this to offense, but it's look at women nowadays. They looking for two things. It's called dick and attention, DNA. That's what they looking for. So I mean, man, and it's getting sad. It's sad. I think black women, the good black women, y'all need to start ostracizing them ratchet ones out. Get rid of them, because they a lot of them are making y'all look bad.
Well, I don't think we need to get rid of them. We probably need to uplift them.
No. Some of them they too heavy. They ain't getting uplifted.
They too heavy to get uplifted.
Yeah, they too heavy. Let them fall. I'm just saying. I mean, no, because people when you got somebody stuck in their ways, they're not going to change. You need to work on the younger generation. Right. That's what you need to work on, because if you've been on welfare for 30 years of your life, you're not going to want to change. You're not about to all of a sudden get this
epiphany.
Epiphany, and say, well, I'm about to start working. If your only claim to fame is having 4, 5, 6 kids, Jamarquavius, Kentavious, Aquanisha, Bunquisha.
You say when you want to raise, you just have enough babies.
Exactly. But I think that I don't want to ostracize them. I want to uplift them, because it's so much to the point where we don't help each other. We don't uplift each other as black women. We don't stand up for each other, and that's what we need to do.
You can uplift. I got to get rid of them, cause I'm just saying. Hey, just like the no good ass men, get rid of them. All right, let the ratchet women, the no good men get together. Said this before. Let them get together, and let them be ain't shit in their own little world.
Be ain't shit together.
Right.
So now we can have white folk, black folk, Hispanics, and ain't shit. They be their own race. That's what they gonna be. They gonna be their own race. And the ain't shit ain't just gotta be black. It could be white, green, purple, blue, Jewish, whatever. But they in their own ain't shit world. That's what we gonna put them.
But you're saying this right, but doesn't that sound like segregation? Shouldn't we all be trying to
Uplift.
uplift and get our shit together?
So
So
get rid of them.
hey, this is a moment where I feel like I disagree with Cross right
Ain't
now.
nothing wrong with that.
How can we go forward as a people?
Because they the ones
If
that's
we
bringing us down.
Okay, well, you know what?
Come on, hey, the beat still going. Come on, Shell. The beat still going. Let's go.
Man,
Let's go.
I'm good. I'm good.
You good?
We can definitely we can address that after we address this caller. So soon
Let's
as
please
soon
do
as you
that.
blow this beat up, damn, that shit was dope.
Ooh,
Pastor
I
Quinn,
still
how
still
you
love
doing?
Michele.
I love you too.
I'm good.
Okay.
Hello,
I'm gonna lay
hello.
hands on David Crossman.
Yes, please. All the hands.
Michele, you are so right.
I don't know.
Write him down.
How you feeling about that adoption now?
I'm a swat him down in some serious oil when I meet him. But Michele, you are so true. You are so right. The problem is today that yes, we have a lot of ratchet sisters out there, but it's because as women of color, it's bad enough that the white folks talk about it, but
Right.
we do not support each other in any way, shape, or form.
As we should.
Because we have the crawdad effect. Instead of trying to help a sister up, we always trying to pull them down.
Right.
We can't get rid of them because they're here.
Right.
So if we don't pray for them and try to give them a hand. Now, it's one thing when you try to help a sister and they don't accept your help, then you do like the Bible says, shake the dust from your foot and walk it off, and
Right.
because you tried.
Pastor Quinn, the
But
people I'm talking
we
about.
can't-
I'm not talking about the ones that won't help. I'm talking about the ones that don't want help.
Well, okay.
You should have made that disclaimer then.
We still got to pray for them. We can't just throw them out with the bathwater because they're here.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
the stereotype of the problem was, back in the day when I was growing up, and when DaRon was talking about when he was coming up, there was a stereotype that all black women were on public aid. That was not true. I was a single parent, and after I had my experience with public aid, I decided I was never going to get on public aid again because, number one, they couldn't dictate to me what I could buy for my child, and they wasn't giving me nothing in the first place. What was I supposed to do with $24 a month?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have to want to do better, and just like, it was like the picture that was posted with the woman, the rolling of the neck, the putting your hand on your hip and putting your
Right.
finger in somebody's
Right.
face. That's a true stereotype. But you got these women. Why are you going out there? Why are you continuously dropping babies? You're going out there with a link card, but then you're gonna go try to sell the link card because
You want to put some money in
some
your pocket.
cash and some instead of going out there getting a real job.
Right.
Because some people have made public aid a job.
Yeah.
And
Actually, I'm gonna take it a
that's all
step
they
further.
do.
I'm gonna take it a step
mission.
further. Some people have made public aid an inheritance.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Well-
times have you seen you on public aid, the mom on public
The
aid,
daughter.
the grandmother's on public? I was like, so y'all just keep passing this down.
Right.
It's a generational curse,
It's a
and
cycle.
it's really sad. It is. It's a vicious cycle that needs to be broken, but it can only be broken if they. It's like when you know better, you do better. Some people just don't want to do better.
Some people
I
know
mean,
better
we
and
got
don't want to do
people
better.
True.
That's what I said. Some people just don't want to do better. We got
Stuck in
some of us-
comfortability and
got-
complacency.
Some of us got dumb stuck on stupid. That's what it is. Why do you want to continue to do this and you set an example for your kids? What kind of example are you setting for your kids? It's okay to be on public aid. It's okay to depend on somebody else. No, I had an issue because when I got married, I was very independent. So I had to learn how to be somewhat dependent on the man that I married. But I let folks know in the dough I was here before you, and I can do without you.
Right.
I'm not going. I raised my child up until he was 10 years old before I got married. Because in my mindset, I was never going to get married. I was not going to have any children. After I had DaRon, I wasn't going to have no more. But I was capable of taking care of him myself without having to depend on somebody else. But everybody doesn't have that mindset, and the ratchetness in the world today it's beyond me. It blows my mind sometimes because I see it among all these young people, and some of the stuff that they were talking about. Hey, if you lay down with a dog, you're gonna get up with fleas. So don't expect Jim Bob to take care of you. He wasn't taking care of. He didn't produce 5 other babies, and you knew it when you laid down with him, and then you pop up with one too.
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And then you want to take him to court and look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Because you're not the only baby mama that's showing up in court. He got 5 other baby mamas that's been to court, and they going through the same thing, and y'all all in court together, raising hell, looking like a fool. And then y'all want to fight over this Negro who ain't worth a nickel's worth of dog meat. So, it's like we like I said, we can't get rid of them. Unfortunately, we can try to help those that want to be helped.
For those of you all listening,
like
my mother
I said,
was not raised in the South. She didn't sound like it.
They are in here cracking up, Pastor Quinn.
My mother, I was the first northern-born, Chicago-born child that my mother had. I don't know why. I always ask her, why did you come to Chicago to have me?
But that was, I think in 44 years, I don't think I ever heard you say that. That was fun. That was a good one.
I had to wipe the tears from my eyes off of that.
Oh man.
Yeah, but we just we have to do better, and I'm not gonna say that because we don't know better, we don't do better because like we said earlier, a lot of folks know better. They just choose not to do better. So it's the choices that we make. But I refuse to be stereotyped, the black woman. Talking about the black woman with big lips. Well, I've been told I got a lip in a line because I don't have the normal
Definitely don't.
black people lips.
The bologna meat that I talked about earlier.
Really?
They told me when I leave a lip print, they tell it's a lip in a line. So hey, but it's okay because I like my not black features.
But you know what, Pastor Quinn? The one thing I love about you is, number one, you're confident in yourself. It seems like you don't need other people to validate you. And that's what I was saying, because it's a lot of women I see out here looking for that
validation. The
validation,
right.
and I call it DNA. And the second word being attention. We know what the first word is, and it's sad. I mean, like one of the things I've never understood, because I've had women get into arguments with me because I say I don't like weave, but that's my own preference. I'm not saying that you ugly, but the thing I don't get is the women that says it will say they're not attracted to me. So if you're not attracted to me, why do it matter if I like weave anyway?
Right.
It's like they trying to fight this point,
right?
But we're not even trying to talk.
You know what the problem is? Low self-esteem. But you know what? When women realize that when God caused them to be born into this earth, they were validated. That was all the validation I needed because I'm a child of God. So it don't matter what you think, what nobody else think. I know who I am, and I know whose I am. So that's why but you know what? I wasn't always that way because when I was younger, kids picked on me. Believe it or not, when I was younger, I was young. I don't know what happened to them, but I had gray eyes. And kids used to talk about me.
Wow.
They call me a crybaby, but it's okay because I have a sensitive nature. Hey, I cry at the drop of a hat. It's okay.
Is that where DaRon got it from?
Whoa!
Oh no, he is trying to throw shots at your son.
Have you heard this dude going at me all day, Mama?
You know what? That's why I said I'm gonna lay hands on him. I haven't been.
You better tell him once I get him. I don't know. See, I don't know if I'm gonna bag him off of him.
Pastor Quinn, he started with me a long time ago.
Pastor Quinn, I definitely have a question for you. What I was talking about earlier about the stereotype of us being mean and angry. What's your take on that?
about women having anger issues.
Black women
like
being
the diary of
angry.
a mad black woman.
Right.
You know what? I don't know, Michelle. All I can say is that you have to look at the root of the problem, where it stems from, what happened to them in their past. And this is something that I just talked about in a class I'm taking ministry-wise about why women, even not only just secular women, even women in the spirit, in the Christian world, don't look out for each other. But the bottom line is, and I learned this when I worked as a family resource coordinator in the high school district, I had the opportunity, God put me in a place where I learned that I had to get to the root of the problem before I could judge or even assess the situation. It's not so much judging, but assess the situation. And so I think all the anger and the hostility comes from something that happened in the past that maybe they don't have anybody they can talk to about, or because of the way that they came up and they saw a cycle that they had no control over. So as a result of it, it might have been because the mothers were angry, the grandmothers were angry, and it just rolled over and it was perpetrated in the daughter. So that's the only answer I can give you, sweetheart, is because we have to get to the root of the problem and find out what happened in the past. But the other thing is we have to let the past be the past, because there are things that happened to me in my past. I could really be an angry black woman. I could have allowed that to consume my being, and just be an angry black woman going around here acting ignorant for the rest of my life and using that as an excuse. And that's what it is. They use it for an excuse.
Right.
But they need an outlet so that they can talk to somebody and let it come out. Some people don't want to deal with what happened in the past, but until you release the past and not let it consume you and not let it be what's happening with you for the rest of your life, there's a way to get out of it. You have to be delivered from it. That's the only other way I can put it. And I had to be delivered from my past.
All right.
Okay.
Now, do you think some of the problem could stem from with single parent households? You don't have that balance and structure.
We gonna start charging y'all for my mama's advice.
Okay.
Oh, see, I wasn't getting advice. I was asking another black woman's opinion.
I'm talking about this man right here.
Oh, I was supposed to say.
But you know what? But that still goes along with what Michelle was asking, because it does come from, because, like I have, there are females that I know, I'm not going to say nothing else, there are females that I know that are looking for love in all the wrong places because they didn't have a father figure. They didn't have that male figure that they needed to show them that, like last week when DaRon was talking about how his daughter, he's showing her love, he disciplines her, but not in the way that she would look for it from a man outside of him. Right. That if he don't put his hands on me, he don't love me. No, if he puts his hands on me, he does not love me.
Right.
Because my father never put their hands on me. And see, then that comes from, so it's all of those things, because you saw your mother struggling and you figure like, man, how come we didn't have no man? You looking at your friend who got a mother and a father.
Right.
And I ain't got no father figure. I ain't got no father in my house. So why? And then you go out here and, like I said, you looking for love in all the wrong places. You laying down with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, searching for what you are never gonna find in that type of relationship.
Right.
Deep.
So that's where a lot of that stems from, because it does. That single parent thing, and it doesn't matter whether it's a single mother or a single father, because single father households have the same repercussions as a single mother.
Dig that.
Right.
Pastor Quinn, you want to come on the show next week?
She got class, bro.
I have I got a big test next week, so I can't. I would love to.
We praying for you to ace this test.
When you get out of class, you definitely we got a seat here for you.
Right.
But this is a wonderful way to go into this last break. We appreciate you calling in.
I love you guys, and I got to get ready to go to my next class.
We love you more.
You all keep on doing what you do.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
But here's
all right.
All right. Here's the top 10 stereotypes of black women that I found on the internet.
Go ahead.
Number 1 is being, black women are welfare queens.
Welfare queens.
Right.
Okay.
Which we do know that is more white women on welfare than black. But when you do
A
look
lot
at
of people may not know that. Say it again.
there are
Clear
more
your
white
throat.
women. There are more white women on welfare than blacks. But whenever it's portrayed on TV and you
Right.
look at people being upset about welfare, they show black women.
Right.
It's rare. And when you go to the welfare office, all they show is black women. Right. Number 2, we are loud and ghetto. I'm reading this.
No.
Oh, he's so ignorant.
I'm reading this, so don't. This is not coming from me. This is what I'm reading right now.
And he is reading it because I'm looking straight at him to make sure he is. Matter of fact, let me see. Okay, yeah.
Number 3, we do not work out because we don't like to sweat out our perms.
I've heard women say that.
This is another reason why some women wear weave.
Okay.
Because we don't want to get our hair done all day, every week.
Because you done sweated it out going to the
Right.
gym.
Number 4, we are closed-minded, not adventurous.
That is a lie.
Okay.
Closed-minded.
Number 5, we are strong and do not need a man.
We covered that next.
Number 6,
I'll go more into that part on the wrap-up.
Right.
Number 6, we have huge back size.
Nah, my butt not that big.
Number 7. Number 7, we are angry and or have bad attitudes.
No.
And one of the examples they give right here, I smashed the windows out of your car. Don't you
bust
know
the
I'm about to say they made a whole
Windows
song
out
about
your
that.
Don't you know I will cut your ass?
I'll hear that often.
Number 8, we are pretty if we look like, and they showing a light skinned woman with this lion's mane weave in her hair.
Lions, man, this dude.
Don't that look like a lion's mane? I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I mean,
We're going to have to go more in depth on the wrap-up show about chewing weed.
number 9, if we don't look like Beyonce, we usually look like this, and they showing Madea and
Sinead,
That is Jamie Foxx as Wanda.
Wanda.
That is ignorant.
Them the two they show. I'm just saying. I've heard.
That is ignorant.
Well, okay. And number 10, we are uneducated.
No.
Now those are the top
We're
10
very
reasons they
educated.
give online. But before we wrap this up, I do want to say that I've heard this online. I've heard quite a few gay men say portraying a black woman is very easy because all you have to do is just be loud and obnoxious.
Deep.
So
Deep.
Wow.
What you got for us?
Women, listen, okay? Black women. Educate yourself. Let's support each other. And we don't have to ostracize people. Let's
Right.
let's support each other and stop always trying to be in competition because we all have to live on this earth. And we should all try to succeed, to have better lives. We all have stereotypes about black women, black men. Everybody in general has a stereotype. And some things with stereotypes are funny and some are just actually very cruel. So I'm going to say this, black women, just love yourselves. You respect yourselves and others will respect you.
Dig that.
And that's pretty much what I got for now.
Anything to wrap it up?
I just want to say, be true to yourself. Don't let anybody else validate you.
Right.
Whatever it is that you want to do, do it. Do it because you want to. That's one thing my father always taught me. If you're gonna do it because you want to, not because somebody else told you to. And stop trying to look for validation from other people that really don't matter.
And men.
Yeah.
Well, when I say other people, I mean everybody.
Oh,
I'm not just trying to single out men, but
I'm
everybody.
saying men.
No, yeah. A lot of women try to validate themselves through men.
And that's me being angry.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong.
Angry
with
at a mad black woman.
Right.
Well, that's there we have it, family. We are on a 6-day, 23-hour break, family. And as always, live life as if you're going to die tomorrow, but take the time to learn as if you're going to live forever. Develop an opinion. Think about it. And remember, everything that's black and white is not always black and white. Until next week, I'm DaRon.
This is David.
This is Michele.
And it's Truth and Logic, y'all.
Your truth versus my logic.
Peace.